Okay, question from Mike and Andrew. He says, podcast question, maybe. Uh-oh. I understand that I should be downshifting before braking. Recently, due to gaining some speed in different riding areas, I have been downshifting while on the rear brake. It's not that I forgot to downshift, maybe just guessed the gearing wrong and I'll click down one while still on the brakes. Is this a bad habit to avoid? Should I keep developing the skill and allow the progress to come naturally? Bike is a YZ250FX, so it does have plenty of engine brake. Interesting, Dave. So what he's basically saying is that, is it bad to brake and downshift simultaneously? Would you have an answer for that off the top of your head?
My my gut would say like that isn't an issue. The only time I think it might become an issue is if you're kind of splitting your focus between braking and downshifting, and you're kind of relinquishing just a little bit of that foot control, you know, like that bracing of yourself where you've got the heels out, turned out a little, or heels up, turned out a little bit, and you're kind of like doing this and this at the same time, might be a little on the lot to process, but it's something that I've done before. You know, you're coming to a straightaway, you're braking, and then you just click, and then into your corner. So I wouldn't say it's that glaring of an issue. I'd say if you can do one before the other, cool. But to me, I don't think this sounds like it's a big deal. What would you say?
As you're talking, I'm trying to think if I've ever done them both really at the same time, because I want to say no. And the reason I would say no is because if you think about when you're braking, you want to keep your knees as tight as you can on top of the foot pegs and be sinking down into position, essentially. Mm-hmm. And your goal is to, as you're braking aggressively, not to shift and slide forward, which is hard enough to do when just one foot is starting to slide forward a little bit for that rear brake. It's hard enough to keep that right knee tight to the shroud. But now if you're talking braking, so you're on the rear brake and also sliding your downshifter foot forward, are you holding on with your legs at all at that point, or are both knees going to slowly start to slide forward with it? That would be my assumption.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. So
especially that seems like if anybody were doing it, that would be a really high level complex thing to do. So for Mike and Andrew, great question, by the way. And I would say avoid doing that because I don't see any outcome other than you sliding forward with the lower body when you're doing that. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.